Yo, what is up guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video I wanted to go ahead and talk about a subject that I feel like not a lot of 7-speed automatic or 7AT owners talk about. This can apply to the Q50 chassis, 370Z, G37. They all come with like the same transmission, which is a 7-speed automatic. They also share the same motor, which is going to be the VHR VQ37. And I wanted to talk about this because I feel like not a lot of people do, and I wanted to share the information that I know when it comes to tuning your car, whether you should or you should not do it. I'm going to go ahead and get straight to the point, whether you should tune it or not, and my straight up answer is going to be yes, you should tune it. Now there's going to be a few more things that go into that when you should tune it, and my personal opinion is tune it when you have done everything that you want to do to the car. So that's when you get the intakes, that's when you get your exhaust. You should go ahead and tune it after you get all the supporting mods that you want to do to your 370Z or whatever you have. Now my car, all I really have is intakes, which are still in Gen 2s. I have a Tomei exhaust. I have R pipes, which is like a replica of the Motordyne R pipes. And honestly, that's pretty much it. That's all I really have. I don't have too much that's done to the car. When it comes to tuning your car, there's a lot of things that are done to it in order to make it perform better. They of course adjust the ECU to the upgrades that you have to your car to make it perform better, which in return is usually safer. A lot of times it's not going to be not safe for your car, because when you do aftermarket supports or aftermarket mods to your 370Z, your chassis, you're changing a lot of things that the car is not used to. They have to ensure that you adjust to make it used to those mods. Same thing for the transmission. They can do a few things to the transmission to make it perform a little bit better, and I honestly do feel a difference when it comes to my 370Z once I do the mods and the tune. It does feel a little bit faster, has a quicker response, and on top of that it just feels a lot better, and it's a lot more engaging and fun to actually play with the 370Z. So I highly suggest it. I think it's like one of my favorite mods to the 370Z. I have been tuned by Infinity Motorsports here local to Arizona. I would say now for about, I would say 4 years now. It's been a while. So the guy that actually tuned my car, his name is Gabe IPL, and he tuned it. It was a street tune. It wasn't dynoed or nothing, which means that just like I am on the road right now, he pretty much sat next to me. He started adjusting things on the ECU, flame maps. I have a bunch of different maps that I can use on my 370Z, and I want to go into detail on why I think you guys should do it, especially because of those maps and what it does to your car. I've been running the tune for 4+ years, and I don't really abuse the car. Every once in a while I'll have fun with it, but it's not to the point where I'm like constantly doing a flame map every single day. I treat my car very well. I constantly do my oil changes every 4,000 miles. I don't go over anytime. I always check it to make sure it's at a good level. So as long as you guys do that, you should be perfectly fine when it comes to your tune. You shouldn't have any issues at all. Now, a specific issue that I want to talk about that the tune actually fixed for my car, when I would come to a complete stop and then I would go and the car would kind of hesitate at first gear. After I went ahead and did the tune, it no longer does that, and I'm not exactly sure how or why that got fixed with the tune. But I would come to a stop, and like as soon as I'm going, for example, like right here, I would just go from like first gear, it would like hesitate, and then it would go again. I have no idea why it would do that, but after I tuned it, it completely stopped. Now, not only does it make it feel a lot better, it's actually really fun, and it comes with a lot of cool features that you can actually pay extra for. I think for a lot of places, the base cost is about $700-800. But once you want to add like special features when it comes to the arc settings, on the flame map, the security feature that turns the car off, they usually charge like another $100 on top of each thing. So for mine, I have a special feature where you can actually hit the cancel button and push down, and it'll change your map for you. So I'm not sure if you guys can really see it, but on my end, once I push that button, the cruise control button will actually blink once, indicating that you're on map 1. Do it again, but 2 times, and it's going to switch to map 2. Do it again, hit the lever 3 times, and it's going to change to map 3. So that's pretty sick. That's actually one of the main reasons why I have not switched my steering wheel over to another one, unless it's OEM, like a carbon fiber one. I would do that. but I wanted to keep those features because I actually really like him and I use him a lot. Now let's get to the driving part of the video. When it comes to your gears, how it all works. When it comes to manual transmission, you have to hit the clutch, switch out into another gear, let go of the clutch. With the automatic, it's a lot different. Like, you don't get to do that, but you can switch your gears. So I usually use this a lot. I don't really use my paddle shifters, but you can use them as well. For example, like right there, I'm at 5th, 4th, 3rd, and then down again. You can go back to 5th, 6th, 7th, whatever your gear you want to go to. Now, when it comes to this, it actually stays on the sport mode and doesn't get off of it until you switch it back, which is why I actually use this more. The paddle shifters, like after a little bit, it kind of goes away, but you can also use it in combination with having it in the like manual mode. That's something that I do a lot, is switch it over, and then I can also use it with that. I can switch it and then go up, and it goes back up to a gear. The car does actually have like a security feature where it helps you not get past like the red line. So even if you try to do it, the car will kind of boggle at the end and it'll stop, but you still shouldn't do it depending on your speed. So like, for example, right now I'm at 4th gear. I know I can go to 3rd gear, and right now I'm going about almost 40. Once I hit 40, I can go down to another one, and I can push it. As long as you don't pass the red line, you should be perfectly fine. And for my specific tune, it only pops once you get like over 6.5k. Anything before that, it will not pop. I made my tune specifically like that because I didn't really want it to pop all the time. I only wanted it to pop like on those higher RPM ranges. My tune is more like of a conservative tune where I don't really want it to affect the car, where it's like shooting flames too much, where it can cause damage to the motor. I just wanted to keep it really low because of course the car's not really supposed to be popping flames, but that's kind of how the paddle shifters work. If you guys want to use them, if you guys don't really know how to use them on your car, just be very careful ensuring that you don't go over a red line, but the car usually stops you before you even getting to that point. But yeah, I have so much fun with this car. Once I got it tuned, like, it just makes it quicker, especially because my car is like a little bit lighter weight since I have my seats and also my trunk setup. My trunk, I have the carbon fiber hatch, which weighs a few hundred pounds less than the original one because the mirror on the back does weigh a lot. It kind of really like holds it down. But when you get the aftermarket one, the carbon fiber one, it like weighs almost nothing, and it does help out a lot with the weight along with my seats. I had the electrical ones, which weighed a lot. After I took those things off, I saved like a lot of weight, and it does feel like a little bit quicker. I do have a Mishimoto oil cooler, and that does help a lot. If you guys can see right now, I'm currently at about 190 temps, but if you don't have an oil cooler, you will run really high temps, like probably over 220. Before I even got a tune, before I had my Mishimoto oil cooler, I was easily running like 220 temps, like nothing. Once I would run it hard, I was reaching like close to 260. So I highly suggest a oil cooler. That way you can keep your temps down. Like right now it's 190 and I've been driving it a little bit hard. It does help out a lot. Now I do have a launch control, so you were just gonna hold down the cancel button, press down the gas, and then it launches for you, which is pretty sick. With the tune, you can actually rev higher. I remember before I could only rev up to like 6k RPM. Now with the tune, I can go over 6k, so I can go up to like 7k, 8k. have like your stock exhaust, it won't really like pop. You do need to have some type of high flow cat, test pipe, R pipe, either one of those, your car should be able to pop. And then just changing out the rest of your exhaust. You can do like a custom exhaust if you want to. Purchase like a Tomei. Even dual exhaust can pop too. My favorite one is the Motordyne. I would love to go with that one as well. I think it looks pretty sick and it sounds really good too. But the Tomei is pretty aggressive as well. I'll only get a Tomei and Seawork R pipes or some type of R pipe. Don't get a test pipe. Don't get high flow cats. It does not sound good. Trust me. You will hate your exhaust if you get like just high flow caps or test pipes. You need some type of Seawork R pipes. That resonator with those pipes does help out a lot. Alright guys, so I made that video probably like 6 months ago, maybe closer to a year, and I just never got around to posting it. Finally rewatching it, and I missed a few things that I forgot to mention in the video. For example, my oil cooler. I have a Mishimoto oil cooler. Highly suggest it if you have the earlier Model Zs that don't have one, which I believe is 09 to 2012. I might be wrong on the 2012 date, but if I am, go ahead and leave it down in the comments below. But it is crucial to add one because the temps do get really hot on this car if you don't have one. I think it gets up to like 260 without it, and then with the oil cooler you're looking at about 220, and I've never seen it go over that after the oil cooler. So a must do mod before you tune your car. And then right here I have a Megan Racing white pipe that I forgot to mention as well. So Seawork R pipes, Megan Racing white pipe, Tomei exhaust. That's all that's really done, along with the 2-gen intakes, and it runs fantastic. You know, I've had it tuned for numerous years now, and I've never had an issue. And the guy that actually tuned my car, he's tuned multiple VQs and even 3.0Ts in Arizona. And from the feedback that I've seen, and even from my car from experience, I have never had a single issue with my car with it not turning on. Because I've seen other people that tune their cars and they have issues where, you know, they get check engine lights, things turn on, the car doesn't even want to turn on anymore. So just several issues that they have, and I've never had an issue with this car at all. And I feel like a lot of questions that I may get is, you know, how quick is this car? And I honestly have not raced a lot of people with my 370Z, mainly because in most cases, a lot of people actually like my car, so they give me like a thumbs up and they just look at it. But the only guys that I have tried racing me is usually other VQs, which is pretty funny. So I've had like 3.0 T guys, you know, the Q50 chassis, Q60, that usually try to race me. And I have beaten 2. I'm positive one was stock, like it didn't have a tune or anything, because those 3.0 Ts, they can easily get over 400 horsepower once you tune in and add a few mods to it. And I beat it, you know, by 2 car lengths, a stock one. So it does make a huge difference on the car if you tune it and you have supporting mods to it. If you guys want to tune your car, you can tune it at any point, like I mentioned earlier. You can wait until you do your injectors, if you do your fuel pump and other things that you want to add to it. If you are interested in getting 3-inch intakes, you do have to tune your car as soon as you install them, because the car does not run properly with 3-inch. It like bogs out. I don't think you can even drive it because of how bad it is. So you do have to get it tuned at that point. But full exhaust, don't have to tune it. You know, oil cooler, that has nothing to do with the tune. That just keeps the oil temps down. Intakes, 2.5, you don't need a tune. But once you get over 2.5 to a 3-inch, you do have to tune your 370Z, G37. That's another thing that I forgot to mention as well in the previous clip that might confuse a few of you guys. All of the 3.7 platforms have the same transmission, same engine. Now, the only difference is going to be the Q50 that has the 3.0T. That's totally different. That one actually has a different engine and a transmission that can hold more horsepower than your regular 7-speed on the 370Z 3.7 liter. So don't get that mixed up. There are 2 totally different platforms. 370Z, G37, those motors that have a 3.7 liter, they can only gain so much horsepower from a tune. Not even a lot, if I'm being completely honest with you, as where a 3.0T, you can easily gain 100 horsepower from a tune and adding a few supporting mods. So it's a huge difference between each platform. So I don't want you guys to get that twisted when it comes to those two. I've had both. You know, Q50, the 3.0T is a lot faster once you tune it. 370Z, this is a very light car, especially if you do mods like I did. Like I replaced my seats, huge difference on weight because I had the electrical ones, my carbon fiber hatch. And then these wheels are actually not very heavy. These are work wheels and they're pretty light. So doing mods like that does help out drastically as well. I thought I'd make this video for you guys because, you know, I feel like a lot of people don't talk about tuning, you know, 7AT, but there is benefits to it, and you can't go wrong with the tune on this car. It just makes it so fun, especially being able to pop, you know, do your flame map, also being able to turn off the car just by a click of a button. It's just really cool. There's a few things that I'm still doing on the car. I know it looks like a mess right now. That's actually why I haven't posted this video, is because my car has looked like crap for the past few months, even over a year, because I've been fixing a few things. I was fixing my bumper, then I was fixing my splitter, and I was doing my fenders. One of them looked like crap because the carbon fiber was completely falling off. So this car has just been like sitting here honestly for a while now, and I can't wait to fix that because I will be posting more videos once I get this done. I just did the vents for my wide body kit. I'm having my homie Flash actually smoothing it out, getting it ready for paint, and then once we paint it, I'll post that. But if you guys are interested in any more videos on this platform, make sure to leave it down in the comments below. I do want to post more on this car, but you know, it's just been sitting here and I'm pretty positive soon it's going to be running again and I'll be posting a lot more about it. Another thing I want to do is actually paint those calipers because they're looking like crap, and I did that like, I think maybe 5 years ago, because that was like the first upgrade I did on this car when I purchased it. But yeah guys, that's gonna conclude the video. I just installed these lights in here, so it makes a huge difference in my videos. I'm really happy about that. So make sure to check that one out if you haven't watched it. But that's gonna conclude it. If you guys have any questions, any videos that you guys want me to make on the 370Z, please let me know. Leave it down in the comments below. I do want to post more about it. I was just waiting for these fenders to get done so I can start making a lot more videos on it. And I do want to do a review on my hood, but again, because the car has looked like crap for the past like year, I just haven't really been posting about it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.